Hello everyone, my name is Tarue, and the name of my speech is Surviving Microaggressions as a Black Woman. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. This is an excerpt from Maya Angelou's famous poem, Still I Rise. In this poem, Miss Maya talks about topics that were very prominent for Black women during that time that we are still facing to this day. Topics such as the angry Black woman trope, and even how the hues of our skin tone are the decisive factor for how we will get treated, also known as colorism. Today, some of my peers may choose to bring in visual aids. However, like Ms. Maya stated, I am bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. Those being the gap in the curvature of my mother and my dark skin in the ambition of my father. Firstly, I would like to note that all people get mistreated. Microaggressions, etc. are not in any way exclusive to Black women. But as a Black woman representing for my community, it is only right to share the experiences that I and others have experienced. And this is mine. Some of you may know, if you paid attention to my fun fact, I went by a different name for 3 years, Tarlice. During this time, my family and I had recently moved to Rochester, a predominantly white city, and my brother and I were the only people of color in our school. Just for some context. Now, many of you may think that that's not significant. It's not that big of a difference or that big of a deal. However, looking back at it now, it was a big deal. My name is my identity. It's something that my parents have personally curated for me. How many of you know another Tarlice walking around? When I finally gained the courage to speak up and speak out about how to correctly pronounce my name, I was brushed aside and told that it was too hard to switch back to the way to properly pronounce my name. That being said, choosing to willingly mispronounce it after multiple corrections is something I would like to call weaponized incompetence on my white counterparts. This did not stop there. After 3 years, we moved back to the Twin Cities, where I went to a school full of many different diverse cultures. I was now back to Tarlice. However, a new problem arose, my skin tone. I was too dark. Because I was too dark, I was deemed masculine. The National Library of Medicine conducted a study in 2017 showing how stereotypes of Black women related to their sexuality and their motherhood. During the study, it was shown that Black women are 5 times more likely to be treated more masculine depending on how deep their skin color is. What could 5th grade Tarlice have done at the time? There were social rules put in place. If you were loud as a dark-skinned woman, you were seen as ratchet or ghetto, and using your voice to speak out against this was seen as loud, agitated, and angry. In my little 5th grade brain, I figured I couldn't be loud, ghetto, dark-skinned, and masculine at the same time. I had to pick a struggle. However, that's the difference between 10-year-old me and 19-year-old me. I won't let outside forces such as stereotypes drive how I waltz around this world and dictate my life. I cannot let the fullness of my lips hinder me from speaking from the fruitfulness of my words. I cannot let the deepness of my skin tone, which I acquire from the people I love, make me hide in shame. And I will not allow my name to be seen as insignificant. My name is Tarlice Tarue. My first name being a mixture of my parents' name and my last name being wartime in my parents' dialect. Like my last name states, when I'm ambushed by microaggressions or by colorism, I'm ready to fight. Not by fists, but by the force of my words. For when I speak with power. Do not confuse my passion with anger, for I will continue to rise. I rise, I rise, I rise.